afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Respected VC sir, Registrar sir, Ajay sir, Ashish Mathur sir, Nalin sir, ma'am. I, Dr. Ananandri Thomas, on behalf of all Malayali staff and students and the entire state of Kerala, would like to wish you all a very happy Onam. എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ ഓണാശംസകൾ. It is a huge pleasure to have a constellation of magnanimous, eminent, multifaceted dignitaries today here with us to grace this occasion. So Onam basically is a festival of Kerala, and people irrespective of their background celebrate Onam with great enthusiasm. So as I had mentioned before, it is celebrated in the state of Kerala, but as you know, all around the world they say wherever you go in this world, you will find one Marwadi and one Malayali. So technically right now Onam is celebrated everywhere in the world. History remembers King Mahabali as an Asura king, but Kerala remembers him a bit differently. Onam is celebrated as the homecoming of King Mahabali. The people of Kerala remember King Mahabali as a great ruler. In his time, it is believed that there was no scarcity of anything, for food, for clothes. Everyone was very happy and everyone was treated equally. The very reason why Kerala is known as God's own country is because everyone was treated equally. Let's see, even today as we celebrate the festival Onam, people irrespective of their caste, their creed, their religion, everyone comes together to celebrate this beautiful occasion. Without taking much delay, I would like to tell you a brief story of the history of Onam. So during the time of King Mahabali, everyone was so happy. So the happiness brought to the people, to the subjects from an Asura king, made the gods jealous. So Lord Vishnu took the avatar of Vamana, a 3-foot dwarf, and he came to visit King Mahabali. He came and he praised King Mahabali and he was so happy. The king said, "Dear Vamana, what can I give you? I have nothing to give you. Tell me, what do you want?" So Vamana said, "I don't want anything. I just want 3 foot of my own foot land." So when he asked for 3 foot of land, he said, "You have very little legs. So is that all you want? I can give you many more things." But Vamana insisted, "I only want 3 foot of land." So the king agreed to it. And as soon as King Mahabali agreed to it, Vamana took the real size and he grew into a very huge position. And then he took, on his first feet, he covered the entire earth. The second feet, he covered the entire sky. Now there was nothing left for the king to give. And Vamana said, "I have one more foot to get." So King Mahabali, he joined his hands, he bowed down and said, "Dear Lord Vishnu, you can keep your 3rd feet on my head." And with that, Lord Vishnu, he put his feet on the king's head and pushed him down to the netherworld. Before he left, King Mahabali had only one request to make. "Please let me come back and visit my people once a year." Gracious Lord Vishnu agreed to that. And when he comes back to visit his subjects, we celebrate Onam. So ladies and gentlemen, let us all enjoy today's program. Thank you so much for being here.
Hearty welcome to the Onam celebration and greetings to you on Onam Day, and for celebrating. I believe it's a whole week and more. So I greet everybody on this occasion. Also, there is this myth about whatever was told about Mahabali. He was called Mahabali, and the thing is that a person can be only successful if the people who are associated with him do well. So why Mahabali was so good and why he was so famous was because actually he took care of all his subjects, and his taking care of the subjects as a family is legendary. And I think that was the thing why he rose in so much so that Indra felt jealous, and actually Indra thought that his throne will be lost. I mean, this is the story we know. I mean, that must be a bit different from what you know. But what we know was that Indra got so, threatened by a rise of Mahabali that he thought that Mahabali may take his throne, and so he requested Lord Vishnu to come to his aid and therefore Lord Vishnu took this Brahman avatar. But I think the main thing was that why he could rise so much was that he loved his subjects like his family. And I think the message for us is that for any institution to do well, I think the thing should start from the top. So if the person on the top feels that all his employees or all his people are like his family, and in family, as all of us know, that some child may be wrong, some may be right, and so on and so forth. But the person who is the head of the family always looks at the interest of everybody, including the family, particularly the family, but also individual person, and has the right to correct the person who has done some wrong, at the same time reward people who are doing good for the sake of the family. And once the king has this kind of benevolent attitude, only then can an organization rise. So I think all the organizations should take this cue from Mahabali. Even in modern times, I think management times, when we talk so much of e-management and all those management things, I think message for us is that the people who are on positions which have a lot of people working under them, and I'm sure a lot of people are there. I mean, I see director of engineering college, and I see other people who are sitting at some position. I think if they have the benevolent attitude, and attitude where they feel that everyone working for them, be it even the sweeper, is a part of their family, and treat them fairly and equitably, and look into their problems, try to solve them. Obviously, all the problems cannot be solved, otherwise we will call this heaven. If everything was solved, then why would we call it earth? We will call it heaven. But by design, it is like you cannot solve everything. But the mere intention of trying to solve, I think, is the big thing. I think that intention, once it is there, comes out very clear with everybody. If the people feel that, okay, somebody is thinking about me, is trying to solve my problems, even if the problems are not solved. And actually there is a very famous thing in psychology, because I'm a doctor, so I can always talk of some medicine. So in psychiatry, previously it was like psychiatry was mental hospital, people were just admitted in the hospital, they were chained, they were beaten, and they had a very sorry state of affair. Also, whenever somebody, if he had some mental issues, it was just thought that this person is mad and he should be subjected to mental asylum, which meant a very bad thing. So most people try to avoid coming out with their problems. So there was this very legendary person called Sigmund Freud. I don't know if you know about Freud, but Freud was a very famous first person to do psychoanalysis. And interestingly, what Freud found was that many problems in psychology or psychiatry cannot be solved. So if somebody has schizophrenia, very difficult to treat that person just by psychoanalysis. But what he realized was that if somebody could just hear the problem and just empathize with them. So there is two things. One is sympathy and the other one is empathy. What is sympathy? Sympathy is when you see, let us say, a very poor person, a beggar lady, or somebody very old lady sitting on the roadside begging, you have sympathy. You want to give some money, you want to help the person. So this is sympathy. But medicine is beyond sympathy. It is empathy. And what is empathy? Empathy is when you are able to put yourself in the place of the person. So if you can yourself become that particular beggar or old lady, and you start feeling like that old lady, then you start empathy. So what Freud found was that if somebody can empathically listen to the problem, 60%, 70% of the problem was solved. So just merely hearing to the problem of the person can solve so many problems. And I think that is a very big management mantra nowadays. That what HR people do is just sit there and empathetically listen to what the problem is, and 60-70% of the problem will be just solved by just hearing. Last 30% of course will require some solution. I think Mahabali actually in those times had this idea of giving a patient hearing to the subjects. to listening to their problems at least, and then of course trying to solve them is also the second part, but listening to the problems, that was the thing. And I think that message we should take from Onam, and we can imagine that he was such a great management guru that down the ages, even now, I don't know how many thousand years must have passed from Mahabali, but people still remember him and still celebrate this particular occasion. So you can imagine how great that person was and how futuristic his thinking was. He was clearly out of his time, and so that he survives the event today. I think this kind of thing we should also follow, and all of us have some officer staff, somebody who is directly under us, and I think we should adopt them as a family and take care of their interests, and at least minimum give them a patient hearing. So with this, I think I thank you for calling me here. It was a wonderful occasion, and it also reminded us of this myth of Mahabali, which is really something, a lot of messages for us, and more than one messages. I cannot cover all the messages. I'm sure some other people will. But thank you so much. And
thank you, sir. Now I would like to welcome MD of LMB, Mr. Ajay Agarwal, sir, to speak something.
And being from tourism, I can just say that Kerala is a God-known country, and Kerala has taught us what tourism is and what tourism can have. And today, India has got a special niche all over the world as far as tourism is concerned, and most of the contribution, I think, is from Kerala. Wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now I welcome Register Sir for his valuable words.
Wish you happy Onam. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Wish you happy Onam.
Happy sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, guest of the university, Dr. Agarwal sir, Mathur Sahab, all the faculty members, all the staff, all the students of the Kerala and other state, those are celebrating Onam. On the behalf of the university and Honorable Chairman and Chancellor Dr. Balveer S. Tomar sir, I wish you and congratulate Onam. All the organizing team celebrated this wonderful functions Onam in this university, and I must congratulate for wonderful welcomes of VC sir, me, guest. Definitely today you will prepare a wonderful dish, but unfortunately today I keep fast. So much thank you for inviting me, inviting us. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Wish you happy Onam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dance performances attract a lot of energy in large crowds, and it's widely adored at the. Let me welcome the energetic students of NIMS University to set the stage in fire, a dance performance by Teamsy and Party. നാടൻപാട്ടാണോ? പാടുവാണോ? ഏത് പാട്ടാ? ഏത് പാട്ടാ? നാടൻ പാട്ട്. സ്റ്റാഫ് നഴ്സ് നാടൻ പാട്ട് നോക്കണം.
അവരിപ്പോ ഇറങ്ങും. എല്ലാവരും അനുരാഗ് സാർ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഇരിക്കുമായിരിക്കും. അവരിറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും ഇറങ്ങുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും എല്ലാവരും എഴുതി നിൽക്കണം. ഓണർ ഫോർ ദ വാല്യുബിൾ ടൈം ഇൻ ദിസ് ഒക്കേഷൻ.
Was wonderful performance. Thank you so much. We all enjoy it.